In this video I'm going to talk about why you should make the switch from Windows to Linux. The switch from Windows to Linux is a scary process for the most of you, but I can really say it has gotten way better over the last years, and the usability for new beginners is vastly improving. For example, centralized app management. What do I mean with this? On Windows you need to go to the certain website to install its EX files and then to download it. Now on Linux you also have the opportunity to that, but what your primary resource is are centralized repositories. What is the advantage of these repositories to install VLC player, OBS, whatever your heart desires? They can be looked into by every user. What does that mean? Now, since everyone can look at it, a huge amount of performance and security boost. Because if someone makes a malevolent program, which then if you install it, hacks into your system, you can be sure people would find it out if it's in the official repositories. Then you can, either via the App Store or via the terminal, whichever you prefer, you can easily install it, uninstall it, find out where it was installed. You don't need to go in Windows, go to uninstall, and then the list goes up, you need to search it again. It goes way easier, way smoother, and way more compact. Especially, for example, let's talk about the Steam Deck. Valve, to play Windows games on a Linux environment. Now, since it runs on Proton. Proton is a translation program between Windows games and the Linux host. And this goes also for other Linux distros. So you can install Steam on your it doesn't need to be Steam, just in general. It gave vastly improvement to the ability to run Windows games on Linux. Audio production, for example, on the same hardware, record with a far lower latency. And improved stability, so it goes multiple ways. Because the compatibility for Windows games on Linux is so good that nowadays video game producers don't even make native Linux support, because the Proton environment is running so good they can just only focus on Windows, and yet they run on Linux perfectly fine. It's free. But as is there to say, many people have the conclusion, it's free, it needs to be some cheapware, etc. And it's badly optimized, etc. No, it's only true for Microsoft Windows, not for Linux. Open source support. I mean, of course, it's support for open sources everywhere. But what I mean to say is that Linux focuses primarily on open source software, while still giving options to install proprietary software. But what I mean to say is, it gives you extremely good replacements for Windows programs. You need Adobe, OneDrive, etc. So the likelihood that you can find something that suits your needs is really high. Working on lower end hardware. Are you working on a laptop or computer which is 15 years old, for example? And Microsoft is literally killing it. Run Ubuntu on it or any other Linux distro and it will work fine. You will definitely see, not just on lower end hardware but also on higher end hardware, but let's focus on lower end hardware first. The performance is way better, stability is way better, and you can really bring life into older systems. You can customize it to your heart's desire. While on Windows you need to install Rainmeter, I think the program is called, and even then it works so and so. Linux supports it natively. You can change the icons, the colors, the interface, transform the interface to anything you want. Linux is open source, obviously. But what does it mean? Everyone can contribute. Everyone can see the code. Everyone can see, this part of the code, the programming is faulty. Let me fix it up. And there, it slowly grows, or it fastly grows in some cases. And everyone can improve it. You can even say, I want to take this Linux distro, but I want to optimize it for a specific case. And then you create your own Linux distro to do this. You are free to do this. Are you running servers, for example? Linux is vastly superior to Windows. Even Windows itself runs its own servers on Linux. Think about that. Why is that the case? And also the last, and I think to any of you beginners, most important part, it's becoming more and more user-friendly. the interface, the work progress, everything about it. So you don't even need to open the terminal. For example, SoraNOS. Just work with the App Store like how you would in Windows, and you're good to go.